All right, good. Now, wouldn't that be a really interesting chair like there? That would be a New York downtown conceptual art chair in which you were not allowed to sit in it. You just, so it's an anti-chair. So that's good. We don't want that, but we do want to flatten this section out. And I did something on purpose. I sort of left this bottom area a little bigger and that top area a little, smaller. Again, that starts to be a design element. You see that it has some kind of weight, some kind of bearing. And the other thing I don't like is I feel like this is too wide up here. So I'm going to use that marquee tool again, and I'm going to select here. Notice that only select visible elements is off. I'm going to pull this over to the side like this, and I'm going to do the same over here. Now, again, you may not like my design choices, but my point is to teach you that you can continue to move little things. And those little things have, in this case, I'm not going to move. I'm actually going to scale. I can continue to move little things or scale things to give a different kind of look. Like that's a much more, what I just did there makes those backs a more gradual thing. Look at how tight they were and how angular they were. Just moving them softens them, makes them longer, and so on. I have a question in the audience.
No, I was just going to say if you did scale each side selected, it would do it evenly. You wouldn't have the risk of watching the numbers.
I think I did do it from each side. I selected it. Yeah. Oh, you mean with the back,
Yes.
with the backs? Yeah, exactly. You run the risk of being asymmetrical if you only do one of them at a time. In fact, let's go back and change the selection. The point is that I move this one and then I move this one. I could also select them both at the same time. Oops, sorry about that. Hit the Shift key. Select them both at the same time. Make sure that I'm selecting all the way through, which I'm doing because it's only select visible elements. And then I hit the scale tool, and I grab the blue handle on the scale tool, and it's actually moving them, right? It's not, because I'm only doing it in one axis along the blue axis, it essentially amounts to moving them, right? Which is really nice. I can do the same thing here. And I'm going to do the same thing, etc. And that's going to soften up that whole top area a lot. And it gives the chair a certain kind of character too. It looks good. So far, so good. Now, the other thing is that we can do the same thing for things on the bottom. Let's say, for example, I don't like these round legs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get into the side view here. And using the marquee tool, which still has only select visible elements off, I'm going to select everything along here. I'm going to go ahead and leave it thick up above because I'm a chair designer and I know that that's a place where it will be a little rickety anyway. And I'm going to grab these and scale that tighter. Now my chair is starting to it's starting to have a little bit more character. It's starting to have a little more stuff, a little more oomph to it. And I think I'm going to do the same thing on the inside. So I'm going to go to the front view here. And I'm going to say display, Gouraud shading. And again, as a navigation tool, I'm going to select this whole area right here and hit the S key. And it takes me immediately to the look I want, to the view I want, I mean. And then I'm going to select this underneath, hit the T key or choose scale. Make sure that I've engaged the blue. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Let's go this way. And it turns out that I'm also changing the scale of those things. I probably don't want to do that. So I'm going back to the marquee tool. I'm going to hit the control key and deselect with marquee those points. Hit the T key and notice I'm just affecting the legs now. And my chair is starting to look a little bit more elegant, a little less clumsy and a little more elegant. Okay? Again, you might disagree with me, but it's my chair. And as a famous man said, I believe his name was Bob Roberts, or Bob, the painter guy. It's your house. Put the chimney wherever you want to. Okay, let's take a break from now. And I think, unless there are any questions, quick questions or anything like that? Any quick questions? All right, good. I'm going to call it a wrap.